Alright, taking a break from playing Fallout New Vegas on the PC, which, oh my god, is so pretty. Um, seriously, wow. But, wanted to bring you guys a little bit of an update. Yeah, so there was something that I recall, wanting to talk about a while back, and I never actually got around to doing that. I need to stop doing stuff like that. But it was this whole G.I Joe thing. Now, a lot of people remember I reviewed that movie way back when. Um, I actually gave it like a 3 or a 4 out of 10, pretty bad score, and it was literally every cliche ever in movies just done very poorly. If it's done well, then fine, at least it'll still be entertaining. It just wasn't. It was all done poorly. It was all smashed together. The pacing was way off. There were times they would just move so achingly slow, but then it moved so fast you couldn't even tell what was supposed to be happening. Yeah, Cobra Commander's mask, which looked like they borrowed the crystal skull from Indiana Jones, cut it in half, and hollowed it out. Oh wow! But and then comes out the trailer for the sequel. And I saw it, and I have to be honest. You could tell from the it's sad, but you could tell from the trailer it's going to be better. It it really is sad. But yeah. I then did a little bit of research on the film. Apparently, oh, it's kind of sad that one of the crew members actually died while making the movie. Um, apparently they were swapping out set pieces, and something fell, and yeah. Anyway. So there's a bit of unfortunate news involved, but in terms of the rest, some of the characters they're bringing in that weren't in the last one that really should have been are going to be there. Um, no Wayans brothers this time, thank God. I'm sorry, but that is a bad sign. When there's a Wayans brothers in your movie, you cannot expect people to take it seriously. I mean, I would not have, I could not. And sure enough, they just, every single moment that they could potentially try to make funny, every line that he spoke, they tried to ham it up and make it corny and a joke, and oh god. But yeah. So none of that's gonna be in there. The Rock is in it, Dwayne Johnson, and not gonna lie, he's pretty cool. So but yeah, apparently the director John Chu actually said that while this is supposed to be a sequel to the events of the first movie, they're actually taking some things that were in the first movie and they're throwing them out. For example, according to him, his Cobra Commander is not the same character and does not have the same origin as the Cobra Commander from the first film, despite him being in prison and being released. So they did keep all that stuff happened in the first movie. And Cobra Commander was captured, went to prison, but he is getting out. But it's a completely different character. Now, a lot of people are going to sit there and throw a fit and say you shouldn't do that. In this case, I think that's a good thing. One of the things that was the most universally hated about that movie was Cobra Commander and how they pulled the stereotypical my girlfriend's little brother thing, and oh man, it was just horrible. And I don't know why they did the mask thing. I heard that the reason that they changed the way Cobra Commander looked in the first movie was because they thought that it looked too cartoonish. It's like they did it in this movie. You can see him in the trailer in the actual Cobra Commander outfit. Doesn't look cheesy at all. Doesn't look cartoony. Well, a little cheesy, but it's an over-the-top action film. And frankly, the way they did it, they altered it a little bit, and it actually does look a little bit more realistic, a bit more practical. And you know what? It looks very similar to what was in the cartoon and in the comics and in whatever incarnation of G.I Joe you like, and looks good. Storyline looks interesting. It's a natural progression to what would happen if Cobra did manage to get control of the White House. It's also a very good, realistic depiction of how they'd be able to introduce them to the public while still being covert. How they'd rise to power after that miserable attempt at a start. Well, it's interesting. It really is. So, there's that. Oh, and of course, there's the Bruce Willis cameo. Yep, definitely gonna. Well, apparently it's not a cameo either. He's got a full role, so that's pretty sweet. And a lot of people wondered who the lady was that was supposed to be in the beginning. Some people thought it was Scarlet, some people thought it was Baroness, and just played by someone else. Apparently it's Lady J, so that's awesome. Um, so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one. But the bigger update. Apparently we got some new stuff about the Amazing Spider-Man video game, which you might have noticed. Just a tiny bit excited for. Just I know it was so hard to notice, but yep, I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, apparently someone collected a bunch of tweets from D. Brown, the head guy at Beanox, or at least the head guy of this project. No, yep, studio head. There we go. Okay. And yep, try to shed some light on the game that'll be released a week before the movie. Now, this is interesting because a lot of people have heard that it's taking place around the movie, and others have heard that it's taking place after the movie. And if it's taking place after the movie, then it does seem odd that they're releasing it a week before, but at the same time, maybe not. Anyway, here's what we got. No voice actors have been confirmed yet. They have it casted, obviously, and they have it recorded. They're just not announcing anything yet. They did say some fan favorites are going to be there. But we don't know if the stars themselves are going to be voicing it in the game. I hope so. I really do, because that would just be so awesome. It would. Gwen Stacy, Dr. Connors, Rhino, and Iguana are the only confirmed characters so far. So, I should tell you that I'm going to skip ahead and say that yes, this is taking place after the movie. So it's taking place after the movie, and Kurt Connors is a character in game. That's a pretty dang good indication that, shock and awe, they're not going to kill him off this time. So there's some hype there for you. Some people are going to say, oh, that just spoils everything. Not really. It'll be very interesting to see how he pulls that off without taking the stereotypical movie route of just killing off an enemy. Unless maybe he does die off in the movie and they bring him back for the game, so to speak, he survives and then they kill him off again. I don't know. Could be. Let's see here. Pre-order bonuses and DLC will be announced shortly. Okay, there's that. Brown believes this is the best looking Spider-Man game to date. Okay. The game will feature several additional skins, including some that have never been seen in a Spidey game before. One confirmed is Stan Lee himself. Yes, you're actually going to be able to swap out the Spider-Man suit to play as Stan Lee. Think about that. That alone. that alone will make people want to buy this, I'll tell you that much. Almost all scenes are rendered in-engine with motion capture. Web slinging is going to be something completely different. They're trying to mix it up and apparently give it a sense of vertigo so that it actually feels like you're swinging through the air. The utility belt is going to be holding cartridges for the web shooters, but it is unlimited webbing, so there's no freak out about that at all. So anyone who thought, oh my god, if I have to hunt for web cartridges, I'm gonna rip my hair out, don't freak out. Manhattan, some people have noticed that there are some differences between the Manhattan in the game and real life Manhattan. They said that they designed it to try to keep as much of a sense of realism as possible, but also what's best for gameplay. So they redesigned it a little bit to be a little more Spider-Man friendly, which I'm not going to complain about because there have been some stylistic differences between actual New York and the New York depicted in film, comic, game, whatever in the past. So this is hardly going to be a first time thing. The Amazing Spider-Man has been developed to be an awesome game on its own, not a movie game, which is why they decided to set the story after the movie, so they're trying to have this taken seriously as a game on its own, too. There will be photography missions where you're going to have to be basically your Peter Parker side And you use your photography skills to find clues in levels throughout Manhattan. He did say the combat shares some similarities with the Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City games, but also has a lot of unique stuff all its own. So there's your combat. Um, Apparently, there's going to be more villains. More classic Spider-Man villains will be announced in the near future. Um, when the game is complete, you're able to stay in Manhattan and finish side missions and even select the time of day. In the game, the police and Spidey are working in concert, which is a bit of a contrast to the events of the film, where Captain Stacy seems intent on capturing the masked vigilante. So how that works, it's going to be interesting to see how that develops in game. A new trailer is going to be coming out soon, and we're going to get a look at the web rush. And so far, no collector's edition is being announced, and there's not going to be any custom soundtracks. And Mr. Brown apparently says that he thinks this is going to revolutionize the way people think about movie games. So, they're definitely reaching for the sky here, which is actually a good thing. So many people are just willing to settle or go for the safe zone. They're taking a big risk with this. And I think it's going to be pretty darn interesting, and I'm pretty psyched by what's here. I'm going to give you the link. You can read it all for yourself. Um, and yeah, I think it's definitely something that I want to get a hold of. A lot of people are saying that they're not going to get it day one. They're going to wait a while. I frankly don't care. I rent before I buy most of the time, anyways. So GameFly for me, but I'm definitely getting a hold of this game. This looks freaking awesome. Anyways, that's it for now. Some people want to know when the Dragon Ball videos are coming back pretty soon. Pretty soon, I think. I've just been a little bit busy trying to keep stuff in order here. There's a lot going on in my life right now. So, in the meantime, enjoy. See ya.